In some forgettable rhyme, we crawled across the borderline. We kissed the enemy till we thought we'd traveled out of time. Howdy there, friendos. Rise and shine. How am I? I guess I'm alright. Well, not quite awake yet this morning. A little bit cold, but that'll probably end once the sun finally peeks out. Why is it so dark, and why is my YouTube not working? Your YouTube's working fine. And it's dark because I'm on the West Coast and the sun's not all the way up yet. It's not even really up at all yet. The sun may rise in the east, at least it settles in a final location. It's understood that Hollywood sells Californication. In the early morning where I'm at, it's pretty bright. Yeah, street lights and whatnot, I imagine, make it that. It's the real country dark out this way. True that, Ariel. Little girls from Sweden dream of silver screen vocations. It's understood that Hollywood sells Californication. He's been in a surprising amount of films. He has, yeah. He's pretty good as like a cameo dude, you know. You gotta like the Flea. Gotta enjoy the Flea, yo. The Flea cameo, yo. It's in Back to the Future too, yeah. Back to the Future 2, The Big Lebowski. I'm trying to think of other Flea cameos. There's a couple that I know I'm missing, like popular ones. There's a bunch. Fear and Loathing, yeah. If you want these kind of dreams, it's Californication. It's the end of the world and all of Western civilization. Oh boy, The Big Lebowski and Fear and Loathing. I understand they were 90s films when Red Hot was red hot. Oh. Flea went on a movie called Suburbia. He had a pet rat. Okay. Yeah, I'd love to see the Peppers in concert. Kind of shocked I never really got the opportunity. I think the couple of times that they came through Fresno, I was just too broke. Darn it. Birds are starting to wake up. I was up before the birds today. Look at me. Wee. Even in the midst of this placid morning, Economos hungers. It's the Sunday rising east, at least it sails in the final location. It's understood and honorable since came from creation. I gotta be honest with you, man. Getting up in the morning like this has filled me with this wistful sadness that I'm leaving the West Coast probably for good. I hate what's happened to this place. I wish I could share with you guys how beautiful this place was when I was a kid. Give you like a little view through young Paul's eyes of what this place really looked like before it all started to go to shit. I'm ready to shovel snow, Paul. That snowblower won't get the front steps, dude. I'm ready, baby. I'm ready. I'm ready, willing, and able. I don't know, man. You don't like the cold? I do. I like the cold. I prefer the cold to the hot. Michigan, you get both. Both what? Hot and cold. Are you ready to drive in snow and on ice? I'm not moving to a place where I'm going to be driving on fucking ice all year, okay? Let's put it that way. But yes, I've driven in snow and I've driven on ice before. An ice road trucker, yeah. Oh boy, I can't wait. Yep. Moving to Qatar, dude. You got me. I saw somewhere that New Hampshire is the most humid state. That can't be true, dude. That literally cannot be true. Montana, yeah. That's where I'm going. I'm going to Montana soon. Ugh. The most humid state is Alaska. Yeah, makes sense. There's no way that the fucking New England is more humid than like Florida and Louisiana. Not a fucking chance, bro. Not a fucking chance. Second average humidity in New Hampshire is 86%. Jesus Christ, fuck New Hampshire. The itch. What? What are you even talking about, Jason? You having a megalomaniacal meltdown or something? Like, you're the itch of gonorrhea, dude. You're that fucking embarrassing, humiliating itch of the clap. New England is humid as balls. Feels like I'm walking through water sometimes. Bleh. I speak religion's message clear, and I control you. I am denial upon fear, and I control you. I am the sex that you provide, and I control you. I am the hate you try to hide, and I control you. I am the bullet and the gun. I am the truth from which you run. I am the silencing machine. I am the end of all your dreams. I take you where you wanna go. Give you all you need to know. I tear you down, I build you up. Do 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 do, messed up, self-destruct. Do 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 do. Doom 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 doom. Is that a song about the internet? I think it's a song about the internet before the internet. Looks like it's gonna be a good day later, yeah. It's gonna be a normal ass, excuse me, normal day. How could you do this to me? Boom, 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 boom. It's a nor'easter. There's a nor'easter blowing through. This kid named his own version of the Sopranos theme. It's stuck in my head. The video doesn't have a lot of views, so I feel like I'm on an inside joke. Who cares? Who cares, Ariel? That's what I want to know. Who the fuck cares? Who asked you? Hey Paul, it's payday, bro, and my car that blew up isn't completely fucked. Here's to you getting good news too. Hey, good buddy. Yay for the sun. Happy sun come up time. I'm too fat to play Sirius Black. Truth hurts. Probably be like a better Peter Pettigrew. I think Hagrid's kind of a lame character, bro. I wouldn't be happy about playing Hagrid, but I guess that's the most typecast of the typecasts. I'd want to be some kind of fucking wizard, bro. Actual wizard. If I was going to be into Harry Potter shit. I don't want to be like the big dumbass with the fucking animals. I know Hagrid was in Dumbledore's army. I know he's technically a wizard, but he doesn't get to do anything like wizardy. Like in the books, he never gets to do any wizardy stuff. He doesn't get to fly on a broom. He's just like a beast guy. Yeah, I don't like that, man. That's so typecast for a big dude. Like if Hagrid was just like a big giant guy that could also be a wizard, he would have been a way cooler character. But he wasn't allowed to be a wizard. Yeah, Mad-Eye Moody. That's a cool role. That one I could do. That one would be fun. I don't think I could read the Harry Potter series again, but good on you. Look at that. Definitely not Mad-Eye Moody, no? What about that? How do you feel now? Mad-Eye Salty. Googly, 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 googly. Salt Eye. It's just too much of a typecast, the Hagrid thing. You know? Too much of a typecast. Yeah, let's say I like Radagast a lot better. He's wizardy and he's still animal-like, you know. Yeah, Hufflepuff probably, I would guess. The most noble of the houses. I could be like Mr. Smoke some more. Dumbledore's like cousin. That'd be cool. Call up what's her name and have her write me in. How much would someone have to pay you to ski down a mountain? I've done it before. I was young, but I've done it before. Could you handle the pressure of playing Dobby? Dobby has been given a sock. I mean, Dobby's just like a vocal performance. It'd be fun. I just don't think I've got the right kind of voice for Dobby. Plus, like, I don't want to get typecast into a funny fat guy role if I'm going to be in a Harry Potter movie, dude. Can't I be an evil wizard? Can't I be a Death Eater? Like, why not? Do all Death Eaters have to look all fucking gaunt and shit? Can't there be like a big old fat guy Death Eater? Literally Death Eater, yeah. I'm up early. Master passed Baldo a joint. Baldo is free. Eating fast food is technically like eating death. Close. Sure, that's close. If you want a non-typecast wizard, J.K. Rowling is the wrong writer. Yeah. Somebody needs to come along and replace that bitch. Write a better fucking script. Write a better wizard story with fat wizards in it. Fat wizards are riot. Why wouldn't a wizard be fat? Think about that shit, dude. Like, why would a wizard be thin and wispy? I'm gonna miss the sunsets on the ocean. I don't live near the ocean, but yes. Yes. But I'll get to see the sunrise on the ocean, maybe. Never seen that. He stays up all night studying and smoking the halfling's leaf, yeah. Your love of the halfling's leaf has dulled your wits. Maybe they just magic away their fat. Yeah, but then I would like to be the wizard that doesn't bother to magic away his fat, who revels in it. Yes. Yes. Mm, 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 mm. Yes. He stores his magical energies in his fat. Every time I cast a spell, I lose a pound. Expelliarmus. That's how you burn fat. Every time you cast a spell, you burn a pound of fat. You know what I mean? That's why he's got to keep eating. Got to stay fat. That's his magic reserves. What's the curse? What's the curse that kills Harry Potter's parents? The forbidden death curse. What's it again? I can't remember the name of it. It's been too long. Avada Kedavra. Yeah. Avada Kedavra. I don't know how to spell it. I just wanted to be first, so I half spelled it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that would be cool. A fat wizard. Tell me again, when did Polemon the Wise abandon reason for McDonald's? I offered my hand in friendship, but you have elected the way of pain. Yeah, dude. I mean, what's stopping you from just like that's one of the things that like I never understood about the Harry Potter universe. Is like what's stopping you from just casting a spell over and over and over and over and over and over. Boom, 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 boom. Avada Kedavra, Avada Kedavra, Avada Kedavra, Avada Kedavra. Okay, no more Death Eaters. I know I used the fucking evil curse or whatever, but you know what I mean? I saved the goddamn fucking world, so I'm sure the wizards will forgive me. Probably drains you emotionally. He doesn't say anything. Didn't say anything like that in the fucking books. Yeah, there's like no mana pool. But they use magic sparingly anyway. Yeah, no reagents, no mana pool that we can tell about. The only like spell I remember requiring a lot of like physical energy or whatever to manifest for the first time, or that was really hard, was that fucking Patronus thing. Expecto Patronus or whatever the fuck. I mean, yeah, it looks like it's pretty physical. Like the wizard duels in Harry Potter look pretty fucking like, you know what I mean, taxing physically, so that makes sense. Maybe it's more based on like stamina. But I just the remember when Mad Eye Moody is teaching them Avada Kedavra and he kills that thing and he does it so easily. It's like Avada Kedavra. It just like doesn't seem like it took very much of his fucking emotional energy or otherwise to cast that shit. Can't remember what it is he kills, like a little mouse or some shit. Yeah, the spider. Yeah. But I just remember like thinking at that point, like, because like before that, I thought it was like, something that like, oh shit, like it takes all your fucking mana to cast it or whatever. But he was just like Avada Kedavra. maybe it isn't as taxing to kill small. I don't know. See, this is all shit that like they didn't really explain. You know what I mean? You watch them use like the little spells over and over and over again. The whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Spelliarmus, stupefy. You know, you watch them do that shit, and it doesn't seem like there's any limit to the amount of shit they can shoot, you know. I don't even remember the time turner, so. You got me there. You got me there. You know what sounds kind of nice this morning? A cuppa. Usually I have coffee in the mornings, and I was just thinking about making another pot of coffee while making my first pot of coffee this morning. But then I was like, maybe I'll have a good old cuppa. Perhaps I'll have myself a cuppa. Shouldn't take me long to make a cuppa. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get myself a cuppa. At least get it brewing. Ugh. God. Took a little longer than I thought, but I had to hold court with King Cricket for a little bit. He was up and feeling playful, so I had to give him some attention. Some of that morning time kitty attention. Cup of the old chai then, eh? How do you feel about a cup of the old chai there, matey? Huh? Let it steep. Let it steep. Let it steep. Let it steep. Oh, let it steep. Everything is greater than hot tea? Even in my time of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Drink some tea. Have a tea, have a tea, have a tea, oh, have a tea. Tasty, 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 have a tea. Sunrise happened quick. Well, kind of interesting here. The sunrises, because they have to come over the Sierra Nevadas, happen super fast. Because obviously it takes less time for the sun to creep over the fucking crest of the mountain than it does the curvature of the earth, I guess. So once it happens, it's just like, let there be light. Kind of interesting. I quite like spiced teas. I quite like them as well. I mean, nothing beats a cup of the old Earl Grey, you know what I mean? But I quite like spicing it up with a tea every once in a while, you know? A chai, cup of the old chai, you know? It's good. Green tea, fucking hell. Fucking hell, innit? That's a fucking wrong answer if I've ever had one. Oh. Man, that right there is just... That's quite lovely. It's quite nice. It's quite a nice spot of tea, if I do say so myself. Well brewed, well steeped, warm and flavorful. Yeah. Put a little honey in there. Earl Grey tastes like ground up daddy long leg spiders. What? Bruh. What? You're gonna play the GTA remasters? I don't know, man. Like, I haven't even really gotten a lot of time to play the fucking Diablo remaster. They're remastering too many old games. Which is fun for me, but like not a good sign. It's not a good sign from the game industry that rather than like making new games, they're just like, hey, remember those old games that used to be good? Well, we're upscaling them. Don't you guys have phones? What? Oh. Hey there, Jimmy boy. Good morning there, Jimmy boy. How's it going there, Jimmy boy? Long time no see there, Jimmy boy. They announced a Diablo game for phones a while ago, and that's... There's... What? Huh? Huh? Think you'd ever be able to work a 9 to 5 again after being your own boss in a heartbeat? That's one of the things that's always been like the funniest shit to me. Is, you know, I guess like you could probably like fling that at TJ and Scotty, you know what I mean? They're an example of people that have made their living since they were young on the internet and shit. That's a valid question for them. But for me, dude, I spent almost 20 years of my life working a 9 to 5. It would be like clockwork for me to go do that again. I treat this job like a 9 to 5. So it's just not something that worries me at all. One of those things. But there's a lot of like, especially younger people who just like fell into the whole influencer thing. And that's a valid question, you know, it's like, how do you go from making money on that, and then if that dries up, like, go work a job? I don't know. It'd be tough. Getting a 9 to 5 is all about lowered expectations, and I imagine people like that have extremely high expectations. I say I imagine because I don't know. Like I said, my mindset is like, I can't be my own boss. I tried it and gave myself 4 months of vacation. I have no hustle. Yeah, you got to have hustle if you're going to be your own boss. That's for sure. 9 to 5 is a good shift these days. Well, let's just say that you're like a middling, like, dude, for every one of these giant, think about this. I want you guys to think about this because I'm one of the people I'm about to talk about. For every one of these giant influencers that's literally raking in like millions of dollars a month in some cases and shit from multiple, if you add up all their multiple revenue streams, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. For every one of those people, there's probably 2 or 3 thousand people who are just kind of making it. You know what I mean? Like, you add up our merch and our fucking stuff, and I'm doing okay for myself, but I ain't fucking like, trust me. You gotta trust that those Twitch leaks made me shit my pants just like they made you shit yours. I looked at that shit. I remember talking to TJ about it, and I was like, do you know what the worst part about this Twitch leak shit is? And he's like, I think I know what you're gonna say. And I was like, well, hold on. Let's see if you're right. Looking at it and feeling like a total fucking failure. He was like, yup. He was like, I can't fucking believe it, dude. I was like, I know. You look at that shit. It's like, fuck me, man. So you gotta imagine that, like, to bring it all back home here, for every PewDiePie, for every Hassan Piker, for every Vosh, there are like 2,000 Paul's Egos and below, you know what I mean? People in my zone. And for those people, if the internet work dries up, they've got to go get a fucking job. They don't even have a chance to be smart with their money or whatever the fuck, you know? No, the abyssal zone is at the bottom. That's the abyssal plane. We're talking about the twilight zone. If you want to talk about it in terms of the ocean strata, you know? Still, my extra income would go into whatever else. Of course, sure. Understandable. You can be smart with not a lot of money. You can make a decent income turn into an even more decent income if you're smart with your investments and money and shit. But truth be told, a lot of people that are doing my job are living paycheck to paycheck, bro. I mean, people make fun of him for it and shit, but look at like DSP, dude. I look at that guy's life and I'm just like, fuck me, man. Please, no. DSP is like my bottom. Not my bottom, but like the bottom. You know what I mean? For me, it's just like if I ever find myself begging for donos over and over and over again, and like chastising people for not donating enough, and like fretting about how many donos I've gotten on a stream, and like I'm just like, man, what a fucking nightmare. And dude's been doing it for like fucking 15 years. Wings of desperation, yeah. Those guys, man. Oof. How do you deal with hate? I feel like I couldn't deal with people knowing intimate details about my life and constantly making fun of them. Dude, nobody can be meaner to me than I can be. I think being a clinical depressive and having that diagnosis since I was an adolescent has annulled me against a lot of the mean words and mean things that people will say. I'm not saying that it never bothers me. Like sometimes people will just say like outright illegal, threatening type of shit to me. And that type of stuff is fucked. But just telling me I'm fucking ugly or fat or stupid or whatever, bruh. If you think that them words is going to beat depressive down, I can tell that you're very lucky to not be a depressive. That's entry level shit. You got to be real mean, to me, or you got to be somebody I care about. One of the two. Like if somebody I really care about was really trying to be mean to me, not just ribbing me, not just doing that kind of like, hey, you're fat fuck, you're a fat fuck. But like somebody I really care about was like, you're a fat, ugly, stupid piece of shit. That might sting. But Joe Schmo, I can just close my eyes and imagine them. That's all I gotta do. You're a fat, ugly piece of shit, boss ego. Close my eyes and imagine like a fucking 98-pound pimply Pokemon fucking geek. I'm just like, whatever. YouTube just now sending out notifications. Only an hour in. Only an hour into the show. My grandmother does that all the time, though she is an alcoholic, so I can't hate her. Okay. Sends them out in batches. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, why send them out in batches over the course of an entire fucking show? Like, if the goal is to give people notifications when I'm live so they can watch the live show that I do, what's the thought process behind waiting an hour before you pop a fucking notification to a bunch of people? Yeah, I've started doing this thing too where I'm like, okay, on Highdeology, one of the things I need to do, because it just like annoys me that every Highdeology starts with me bitching about how slow the notifications go out. I'm just like, I gotta train myself not to look at that shit. The information is right there on my screen, right in that upper left-hand corner, but I don't look at that shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't glance at it anymore, at least not at the beginning. Because I don't want every show to start with me bitching about how slow YouTube is sending out notifications. You gotta ring the bell. Ding! Imagine there's like a little edit. Ding! With a little bell. Ding! Subscribe. Imagine there's like a little edit there where subscribe appears in my hand. Doodly doodly dood. And ring that bell. Ding! Imagine. See? See? That's how you save money on an editor. Just describe the edits. This might be brilliant. This might be brilliant. This might put a lot of editors out of work. Imagine that at this point, my head is growing like a balloon and turning red as I get madder. Fuck you, motherfucker! What? I don't know, man. Yeah, I didn't want my Twitter to be nothing but like tweet notifications. Because then people like that aren't interested, which is like probably the vast majority of people in coming to a Highdeology, they're like, maybe I'll just make like a Highdeology Twitter and pimp it here. You know what I mean? Just make like a Twitter account that's just for Highdeology so that I can connect that. Because, yeah, I don't want my whole Twitter to be nothing but like, I went live, 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 I went live. Sucks that Twitter doesn't let you make like sub accounts or whatever. I'd have to make a new fucking email, and it's just such a pain in the ass. Why is Twitter such a pain in my balls? Man. I'm in a strange mood today, I can tell you that. Not a bad one. Definitely not. I wouldn't say that this is like a bad mood, but it's strange. I'm in a fucking weird mood today. Hard to put my finger on it. Is it alive? Does it run? Can it survive under the sun? I can't put my finger on it. I can't hide when I touch the dwarf inside. Are you surprised when I touch the dwarf inside? Is it alive? Does it run? Can it survive under the sun? I can't put my finger on it. Is it real? Is it red? Is it alive or is it dead? I can't put my finger on it. So many fucking trains today, dude. Sound like Cheech on nitrous? I guess. It's a pretty good imitation of the actual song. It's a Ween song. It's a good song. Ween is a band that I don't even try to get people into, bro. I love Ween. But I gave up long ago on trying to like convert people to Ween. You either find your way to Ween or immediately like it once you hear it somewhere, or you don't. Trains do go choo-choo, but it's usually at night. How does it feel to wake up in America every day like a big old stack of flapjacks? I feel like a slice of butter melting over a big old pile of flapjacks. Yeah. What's that from? What is that from? Come on, dude. Pineapple Express, yeah. The opening scene of Pineapple Express, where what's his name? I can't remember what his name is. That guy from fucking SNL. that did Stefan is like the first test subject for weed. And he's describing, yeah, Bill Hader, yeah. He's describing, they're like, what does it feel like? What do you feel like? He says, I feel like I'm a slice of butter melted over a big old pile of flapjacks. Yeah. I love that shit. First ban of this stream, as far as I can tell, yeah. Somebody really wants some attention today. Just let's institute a new rule. All right. Well, let me explain to you guys how this works. When one of these dudes comes in and spams, you know, one letter at a time, the N-word, or like this guy did, Jew, over and over again. It's best to not even like mention it in the chat. Just ban them, ignore it, move on. Don't remark about it. Don't allow yourself to be drawn into discussing it. Like that's the worst thing you can do when somebody comes in and starts doing that is pay attention to it. It's literally the basest form of attention seeking. And if they get none other than banned and all that they can do is just try again and again and again, they eventually just like fucking get sick of it and go away. No, the rules are fine as is. The rules don't need to be any more complex. I'd be fine if the rules were just like, don't act like a fucking douchebag. Nobody listens anyway. Yeah, I mean, most people do, to be honest with you. Most of the people participating today have been following the rules implicitly, like even if they don't know them. Like that's the point. Like I get a lot of shit for having like my mods post some rules every once in a while, but if you actually read the rules, it's just basically like, don't be an attention-seeking douchebag in chat. Go with the flow, have a good time, chill out. If you're gonna fucking post, contribute a little bit, you know? Proofread your shit. I don't know, like it's basic shit. I think you make your streams enjoyable instead of spam feeds. Well, yeah, dude, I hate that shit. Like, I would never run a fucking stream like this and allow it to turn into just like a fucking Twitch chat or whatever the fuck. Yeah, the rules of a normal conversation apply here. You know, as well as we can do that with the formatting and distance and all of that. But I mean, that's just it. It's like, this is conduct yourself like you would if you were standing in a group of people, you know? That's it. TJ and Vosh have terrible chats. I don't know. I've been in TJ's chats a few times. I can't speak for Vosh chats. God, I would never hang out in that. But TJ's chats are okay. There's some malcontents and ne'er-do-wells in TJ's chat. They're regulars over there that would get like insta dodeca banned over here. But you know, I'm a harsher, you know, moderator, I guess. Well, I mean, Ingrid, you have to understand, like, you like that. You like that I focus on the chat flow naturally, and that's what I kind of have to do. But what it means for a lot of people is that, you know, I don't read their comment. And a lot of times I do read your comments, and I just decide not to comment on them or whatever the fuck, you know. I try and keep up with the chat, but I don't read every fucking comment that floats by. And so it's just kind of a crapshoot on you guys' end. And I wish that there was a way to make that better. Well, there really is. You know, doing like the Twitter Spaces or whatever the fuck, where you know there's less people and you can use voice chat or whatever the fuck. But when it comes to this, I do my best. I just usually don't say anything because I feel like most times I don't have anything of value to say, probably for the better. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You're probably in the majority. I mean, there's definitely not 90 people simultaneously talking in here right now, you know. I'd say out of the people that show up, maybe 10% are chatting at any given time, maybe a little more. I'd say there's probably like 10, 15 people right now that are really kind of carrying the chat. And the rest of everybody else is just kind of hanging out. Are you surprised when I touch the dwarf inside? A lurker sounds like some Fallout 4 creature. It's actually a Diablo 1 creature. In Diablo 1, there are these little things, little creatures in it. My dad used to call them piss cats because they would stun lock you and kill him a bunch of times. He was a fucking boomer and he couldn't play. So I'd hear him screaming about the piss cats. But they were called lurkers. Little leaping. Also StarCraft 2, yeah. StarCraft 2 unit called a lurker as well. They burrow under the ground and shoot spikes out, but you can't see them unless you have, like, you know, true vision over the area. Yeah. Piss cats. Sons of bitchin' piss cats. Yeah, my dad and my stepmom both played Diablo and Diablo 2. My stepmom was fucking addicted to Diablo 2. She was in a car accident and was disabled. And so, like, luckily she could still walk and stuff, but her back was so fucked up she couldn't work anymore. So she was just kind of like sit at the house with her laptop and play Diablo 2 all fucking day. I would like look over her shoulder sometimes and go like, God damn. Dude, she had crazy gear. She played an assassin in Diablo 2 and just like literally manhandled the game. She would just sit there all day and play it. It's like, so she was probably better at me than that, or better than me at that game. All in all, I would say. And this mood is strange. I'll tell you that much. This mood is strange. Is this what nonchalant and happy to start the day feels like? I don't know, dude. I'll be honest with you. I think what's happening, and this is an arc that any fucking major depressive will tell you. It's like a fucking wave, right? So you have this. I guess you could look at it as like an inverse wave, to really visualize the depression. But you got this baseline normal mood, right? For a depressive, that baseline normal is probably a few shades lower than your average person, but whatever, it's your baseline where you're okay. And then you kind of like slowly but surely dip into this parabolic curve where you eventually bottom out for a while. And you're just like, oh, fuck, man. And then you slowly start to come up out of it. And I think that's what this weird mood is today. It's just me coming out of another cycle of depressive episodes or whatever the fuck. Because, yeah, this last month has been fucking brutal. Brutal. Sounds like you're describing a reverse MDMA trip. I actually, in a lot of ways, am. One of the things MDMA does is flood your brain with serotonin. And what I'm describing is a clinical lack of natural serotonin. So, yeah. Those slumps can be full of uphill battles. At least you can make an effort to combat it, Paul. I call them somber days. Well, I don't really get to, I mean, like, you guys see it here on Highdeology more than anything else. But I don't get to really have fully somber days. I gotta, you know, the Joker meme, where he's like, I gotta do that with my life. Dude, getting out of the sun helps me. Like, I'm not like totally adverse to a sunny day here and there, but man, the less sunny days, the better my mood. I can tell you, like, my mood stability was probably, I don't know, it wasn't great actually. Now that I think back on it, I've always been pretty unstable. But I feel like I was a little more stable when I lived in Washington just due to the fact that I wasn't drenched in hot sun all fucking day. So, yippee for me, I guess. What are you angsty about over there, dogs? How do you feel about people with big ears? I think they probably hear more than the rest of us. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a secret to that shit. People are like, why do old men's ears get so big? And it's like, because their hearing is getting worse. And so the ears get big so that they can catch more shit. So people that are born with naturally big ears, I think have got like a little, they're like X-Men. They're like bat hearing, you know what I mean? Ross Perot had some satellites. Yeah. Yeah, he did, dude. Ross Perot was like, his whole head was like 80% ear, as I remember him. I remember he was like a pair of ears with a tiny little face in between them, you know. Some people just got that shit, man. You want to know another thing I wish people would stop doing? Like, I understand some people have got like really fucked up teeth, but this is just a personal preference of mine. I don't like people that have absolutely perfect teeth. Like straight pearly whites and shit. Dude, it gives somebody a lot of character if they've got like a little bit of a crookedness going on. I wish people would stop with this goddamn fucking polishing up their teeth to make it look like it's like looking directly into the sun at noon looking at these motherfuckers, dude. They got them boogie 2988 teeth, and it's just like, god damn, man, could you... So weird, man. Yeah, they look like Joe Biden. They really do. Dude, it always kills me in movies. It's like in this new Dune movie, right? You got these Fremen, and they're living this like totally like nomadic siege to siege desert lifestyle, and every last one of them motherfuckers has got like perfect pearly whites. It's like, what are they doing? Brushing their teeth with sand out there? You know what I mean? Like, what? Yeah, dude. Brushing their teeth with the spice melange. Yeah, I'm not talking about full England mouth, but yeah, a little bit of tarnish on the teeth. A little bit of natural crookediness. I like that, man. You know, I'm not saying like have bad dental hygiene. I'm saying like, you know, you got a little wear and tear on your teeth. You got a little character in your smile. See, I'm a person, and maybe this is weird. Are there any more people out there? Like when I'm looking at a person, I look more at their mouth than their eyes. Like I can look a person directly in the eyes, but it's way more comfortable for me to watch their mouth as they're talking. Eye contact doesn't skeeve me out necessarily, but it's just not something that is real super comfortable for me to hold over a long... It's probably just a natural thing, I would imagine. You know what I mean? Like eye contact can be very like intense. So I look at people's mouths. Having a little character in the mouth is good. There's never a little crookedness or wear and tear. It's always extreme in crookedness in my case. Well, even like what you would probably consider to be extreme crookedness, I think is pretty cool. Like I'm okay with some crookedy wookedies, dude. Like I'm fine with that. Adds a lot of character. Like Jewel, dude. Jewel had a snaggly tooth. Dreams last for so long, even after my snaggletooth is gone. And that was kind of hot that she had like a little snaggly tooth. Yeah, Bowie had snaggly teeth. Bowie had snaggle tooth. He had the snaggletooth syndrome. And I think it made him look pretty fucking hot, dude. Younger Bowie, dude. Damn. Snaggly, waggly, dude. Bust out a snaggle tooth, man. Dude, who doesn't like a snaggle tooth? It's that wabi sabi. What, dude? The wabi sabi? I guess you're right, dude. Bowie did look good all the way into the grave, that piece of shit. But specifically, like, you know, late 70s Bowie, mid 70s Bowie, god damn, glam Bowie. That's why I think I was so obsessed with Labyrinth as a kid. Because I got to oogle the Goblin King and the main chick, you know? I got to oogle what is her name again? I always forget her name. She was like one of my like first big movie crushes. Jennifer Connelly, thanks. And by the way, I know she was like fucking 15 or whatever when she made that movie. I'm not talking about lusting. I'm talking about when I was a little kid. So I'd oogle her and I'd oogle Bowie. Oogle that snoogle, yeah. It's only forever. I'm imagining it's his snaggly. My world, you snaggly tooth. Jennifer Connelly kind of has like buck teeth, doesn't she? Not like really obviously pronounced, but like she didn't have like super perfect teeth. I think Jennifer Connelly will always be hot, dude. She's like Marissa Tomei. Jesus, son. You guys see this? I'm gonna sit here and absorb some vitamin D, but goddamn. Get a little sun on my face, but I'm gonna have to squint like Clint Eastwood. Sunglasses, yeah, but I want, I'm trying to get a little. You got your freedoms. When the sunlight directly hits my hair, you can see how much red is in my hair. Like I'm basically a ginger. My mom is a full-blown ginger. So you can see it. The sunlight like whoosh. I guess it's not like super, I guess I don't know what would you call this? Auburnish. The angel Gabriel. Oh. Dark strawberry blonde. Fuck, bro. If I were a king, not queen, not duke, not prince. I'm just gonna close my eyes for a minute. Could do some really cool split lighting right now. Like what? You gotta soak up a little bit of sun, man. You gotta get a little sun on your skin sometimes. I'm guilty of being a little bit too fucking, vampiric. A little bit of vitamin D is good for your soul. Thoughts on the current reconciliation bill? Do you think the progressives should kill it? Absolutely. They're not going to, though. But yes. I mean, it's not like it's the compromise on the compromise on the compromise on the compromise on the compromise, dude. Now they're calling it like the just forgotten about the fact that at one point this was $3.5 trillion. $7 trillion. They've just forgotten that it's been bargained down to a third time. And now they're calling it Joe Biden's expansive $1.75 trillion infrastructure bill. And it's just like, what? This bill is fucking shrinking. Yeah, no, this is just, it's bullshit. They'll fall in line and vote for it, trust me. You're going to get dog shit on a platter. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was 6 trillion, then it was 3.5 trillion. Got just like basically slashed once, slashed again, and now it looks like it's probably going to get slashed again and voted through. I hope you're wrong. Well, here's the fucking rub of it, right? If they vote no and nothing goes through, they can be painted by the Democratic caucus as the people that killed the bill. And a lot of stupid, dumbass, low information, centrist voters will believe it and primary them and shit. I'm just telling you, dude. There's no positive outcome to this. Even if this is the moment that the Progressive Caucus decides to grow balls, set up for failure, dude. But if you want my call on it, they're going to roll. You're going to get the, here's why I voted for the reconciliation bill. There comes a time where you have to decide. You don't want to destroy the good in pursuit of the perfect. And there is a lot of good in this bill. Make no bones about it. It is not enough, and we will continue to vigorously pursue the progressive legislation that America needs to move forward on the climate, on immigration, on student debt, school access, cost of living. But for now, this reconciliation bill will help millions of American families. And ultimately, it was that that caused us to give it our vote. Still fighting. Should just hire me to write this shit. Paul, you said you would play that clown serial killer, but seriously, what consequences would that have realistically? None. Think about it. I play it, right? It gets huge. Let's just say I play Gacy, right? And it gets huge. I'm white guilt Paul. So I fucking take my millions of dollars and my residuals and shit, and I fucking bask in that shit. And all the while, I'm turning back into this Paul. So I just buy an island somewhere and I say, this is white guilt Paul signing off. Then I fucking become this Paul again. And then I can walk among you. Nobody's going to be like, look, it's Gacy. Easy peasy. Yeah, dude. I have a feeling that, like, Jeffrey Epstein's island will probably be, like, pretty cheap at some point. You know what I mean? They got to unload that thing. I'll snatch it up, bulldoze all that weird fucking sex temple shit off of it, build a nice little bungalow for Paul Zigo to live on, grass skirt, coconut bra. Done deal. Don't move that limbo ball. Jack be limbo, Jack be quick. Jack, whoa. This fucking chair is so precarious to get in and out of. Oh, god damn it, I should have grabbed my fucking sunglasses. What was I thinking? What was the thought process to not grabbing my sunglasses? Can I do this? Oh, yes. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. There we go. We can do that. That'll work for now. The hoodie really is like, it's like the most versatile piece of fucking clothing. Gotta love the hoodie. Hoodie weather makes me happy. Hoodie is a certified hood classic. Yeah. I've been, hoodies were the shit back in the day and still are. Like, think about it. In the 90s, dude, hoodies were huge. Big, giant, baggy hoodies. Now, big, giant, baggy hoodies are huge. Fucking great. They never go out of style, dude. The hoodie is eternal. You gotta love it. You gotta respect it. Kyle denouncing autumn. Yeah, Kyle's an idiot. Don't listen to Kyle on the like when it comes to like the seasons. Like, listen to Kyle on politics or whatever, because at least he knows what he's talking about on some issues. But like, don't listen to Kyle when it comes to like the seasons. He doesn't know shit. He's one of these summer people, and you really can't reach those people. They can't be saved. They can't be reasoned or bargained with. I like zipper front. I like pullovers. I like every kind of hoodie, dude. Give me a hoodie. Yeah, Kyle knows about golf. Is Kyle Kalinske straight? I assume so. But I don't know. I don't know. He never tried to put it in my pooper, if that's what you're asking. Where does Kyle Kalinske live? Like, where does he, is he in New York? Is he like on the New York? Okay. All right. I guess that makes sense. I just remember, like, dude, you remember when Kyle, like, got on a plane and flew over, like, Kansas or whatever, and he was like, dude, like, literally, what are these weird patterns on the ground? And people were like, Kyle, those are farms. Such a city dude. Yeah, he was freaking out on the plane and shit. And he tweeted as soon as he landed, he's like, literally, can somebody tell me what the fuck these weird patterns are on the ground? People were like, farms? Where they grow all the shit you eat? You'd never seen a fucking farm. Oh, man. Yeah, I thought they grew that out back of the grocery store every morning and just picked it. I don't know. Kyle might have been trolling too. Kyle is kind of a troll, so that might have been like an Andy Kaufman-esque troll to get clicks. I wouldn't put it past him. But I also wouldn't put it past him to have just never seen a farm before, you know. What a goddamn Yankee. What a Yankee sumbitch. A city slicker indeed. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess it's probably not strange or whatever, not uncommon, but like, I guess a lot of people probably live in New York City and just don't leave it their whole lives, you know. Like, they just stay in that area, you know what I mean? They're coming for you. Who is? You're talking about the sirens? Why would they blare their sirens if they wanted to come and sneak up on me? That doesn't make any sense. Same with South Central LA, or a lot of LA. Yeah, a lot of people just like never leave the LA basin their whole lives. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Look, here's one of them now. Stop it, Johnny. Oh, yeah. Tuck this hands into the hoodie sleeves. Get some warmth going in there. Or I guess I could just like hold them up to the sun. Yeah, that's better. Or I could start a fire. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Maybe I'll have my first fire of the season tonight. Have to get a few in because I don't think I'll be able to make fires where I'm going to be living next, unfortunately. At least not for a while. Stick your hands in your beard. Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. Hey, that actually works. Oh. I'm not abandoning the fire pit. I'm keeping it. Just store it somewhere, you know? Wash it out real good and I'll store it somewhere. There's no way I'm abandoning that fucking thing. I'm keeping that fucker. That's too cool. But yeah, I'll probably be living in like a townhouse or an apartment or a condo or something for at least 6 months. The idea is to move to this new area and to get an apartment or something so we can transfer to this new area and then really start looking for property and find a house that we like and get in there. And now I don't have a landlord anymore, and that's it. And as long as I've got like a little bit of fucking privacy, I'm pretty happy. Set up my fire pit in the backyard, get a cord of wood, call it a day. But it's going to take me like a year or two to realize this dream, and that fucking sucks. Oh my God, dude, I don't even want to get into it. Like I'm feeling pretty good today, so I don't want to get into a big old negative rant. I'm trying to be positive about this move, but it's hard to be. To be quite frank with you, like I'm excited about where we're moving to, but I'm also spooked because I'm moving into an area that I've never lived in my entire life, to a place I've never been. I will have been there before I move there, but that notwithstanding. And I just want it to work out, man. I just want to find like a little place that's reasonable where Amelia and I can really start pursuing some of the things that we want to do with our little patch of land or whatever. And just have like a little place. That's really what I want. No. I'm not telling you where I'm moving, but I will give you one hint. There's one well-known fact about me if you've watched me. I am not moving to the south. I will not be living in a southern state. I will not be moving in a southern state. And I will not be traveling through a southern state on my way to where I'm going. I'm fucking done with the south. I consider the south, after living in it for... Cumulatively, I've lived in it for like 5 years. 4 years and change. And I consider it to not even be a part of the United States anymore. It's a goddamn failed state. It's like a rotting limb, a gangrenous limb of the United States. I don't even want to be anywhere near that fucking backwards ass, buck-toothed hillbilly fucking hayseed shit ever fucking again. Poverty, no public works, horrible, horrible, horrible fucking joblessness and ignorance and fucking just nope, done. Done. Fuck that place. I don't want to travel there. I don't want to travel through it. As far as I'm concerned, they can fucking have it. I'm telling you, man, I think if a lot of people had the experience, like a lot of, people on the left had the experience I had moving to that fucking place and living in the areas that I lived in, there'd be a lot more fucking, like, pro-secessionist leftists. Like, get them out of here. Go ahead. You guys do your own fucking weird shit down there. Go ahead. Have fun with it, y'all. Yeehaw. Tell us how you really feel. Yeah, it's a shithole, bro. Total fucking shithole. What do you want me to say? What are you missing out on if you've never lived anywhere else? Sidewalks, public infrastructure, depending on what part of the South you live in, good roads, actually semi-functional education, things to do that aren't like fucking like shitty redneck activities. Let's go noodling. Fuck off. The only thing good about the South is their food. You can get Southern food any fucking place in the goddamn planet, dude. People act like, oh, down South, they know how to cook a chicken fried steak just right. It's like, man, you can get a fucking chicken fried Southern style steak anywhere. Just bullshit. I've been down there. They got the same hog slop they've got anywhere else. It's just like anywhere else, dude. There's good restaurants if you know where to go. And then there's shit tier restaurants, and then there's fast food. It's the same fucking trough. Get out of here, you fucking gnat. What do I look like to you, huh? Where does Banana Monkey live? fucking got me. I don't know why you're asking me. I don't deal with that shit. I always just tune out when Banana Monkey comes on because you guys know I don't fucking play the goddamn casino that is the banana market. They got good southern fried steak in the frozen aisle. Huh? Feels extra nice out here today, guys. Not gonna lie, it feels extra nice. No, fuck the South. I'm out of there. I'm not sticking my foot back in that tar pit again. You gonna become a hunter in the frigid north? Yeah, dude. I have animal skins, obsidian spear. Let the speculation commence. A lot of guesses flying around. A lot of guesses. Where's Paul going? Where in the world is Paul Z go? It's Vermont. It's Namibia. It's Chicago. It's Canada. It's this. It's that. It's your mom. It's your dad. It's your brother. It's your sister. Anyone got it right? If they did, I wouldn't tell you. Wouldn't tell anybody. Paul's gonna do the smart thing and live underground. Yeah. Yeah, I'm moving to the warp. Cool, man. You got me. I was born in Michigan, and I wish and wish again that I was back in the town where I was born. Yeah, dude. I'm buying an old derelict freighter, and I'm gonna fucking live on the seas. I don't know how much why are you asking me? Do I look like a dude that knows how much an underground bunker costs? I assume a lot. Like at least $100. They should make a real Shire. No, they shouldn't. You know why? I'll tell you why they shouldn't. Because the real Shire would immediately be filled with fat, entitled Karens and Kevins, and they would fuck it up. And it would be a shithole. It would be like a manicured lawn, zero character shithole in a day. It would be gaudy as fuck, dude. You know it. You know it. I look like a bunker type dude. I am. Dude, if I could afford like a little place that looked like an unassuming like house, but you know, like a little 2-bedroom, like fucking single wide trailer or some shit on it. And that was where I went in and out and people thought I lived there, but really that trailer just masked like an elevator that took me down to a real bunker underground. I'd do that in a million years. Dude, I'd do that in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, I'd be there. It's just like something like that costs a lot of fucking money, I assume. See, that's the thing. I don't know. I've never really looked into it. But I gotta assume building shit underground is more expensive than building it on the ground, you know? Like, that would be really ideal, to live in some kind of shitty neighborhood and have a little shitty house, you know what I mean, that looks like every other little shitty house in the neighborhood, but has a secret fucking door in it that takes me down to where I really live. Dude, I've talked about it before, but there was this dude, we covered it on Flash Ride, I think, that just, like, it was years ago. There's this dude that, like, was fucking around in his house. He bought this house, this little residential house. He's fucking around in it, and he finds this fucking grate or whatever, and he pulls it up, and he goes down this ladder, and he finds out that there's an exact copy of the house built underneath the house. Like, the person that had the house built was like a secret like prepper and built like a bunker that was just exactly like the house above it. And I'm like, dude, that's it. That's the shit right there. That would be fucking amazing. Because you could like sparsely furnish the top part of the house, you know what I mean, and make it look like it's somewhat lived in. I like that shit. Just like entertain people in the top part of the house and be like, oh yeah, welcome to my home. You have a small bomb shelter under your house from World War II. That's neat. That's actually pretty cool. I like that shit. I like that type of stuff in a house. All right.